Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Family Sedan channel. There have been some insane volume swings for XRP and interesting factors that have been driving XRP markets in general, just globally. And the recent positive XRP price action has been attributable almost entirely to markets outside the United States, with the Korean market in general becoming a truly heavy hitter. And I've got a chart to prove just that. Now, this activity has resulted in absolutely insane volume swings, especially from Korea, for XRP, which, by the way, is reminiscent of what we saw even back during the XRP's greatest bull run in history, which started at the end of 2017, ended in early 2018. Korean markets being a heavy driver. But would you be surprised if I told you that recently many whales, XRP whales, became bearish on XRP, yet the price increased anyway due to regular retail speculators? Would that surprise you? Because it's true. And it's not a bad thing. I'll explain exactly why. But that, and then also just in general, when it comes to crypto markets, my God, I'm so glad it's just not 2022 anymore. We are in bull territory here. And, once you're living through a, bear market bottom, when you're living through it, you don't know for sure when the bottom was. For a previous market cycle, I say previous, I'm used to thinking back to 2018, not 2021. In 2018, that market cycle bottomed on December 15th. But I will tell you, on December 15th, 2018, nobody knew that was the bottom of the market. We needed time to pass and see another market cycle complete. And we're like, oh yeah. And then on the way up, you could see clearly, yeah, that was the bottom. So anyway, similar concept here. It's just interesting to see that in terms of the human behavior, which I think is, very interesting, but kind of important to be aware of and observe. The positive XRP price action that led to its all-time high, those behaviors that led to that, rather, they're still here. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. By the way, as I record this video, just in case anyone is curious, it is 5:17 a.m. Central Standard Time on Thursday, April 13th. At this moment, XRP is just a hair shy of 51 cents. Bitcoin at $30,213. So, Bitcoin's been hovering around and mostly above $30,000 now for over 2 days straight. Fascinating to see. And by the way, I'll get to this a little bit later in the video, but many are anticipating that we're going to see a blast off further with Bitcoin too, which I would love to see because Bitcoin has always led crypto markets, and that's always been good for XRP and every other coin that I hold. So love to see Bitcoin continuing to be the trailblazer leading the way. So again, $30,213 for Bitcoin. Market cap for the asset class, 1.26 trillion. Bitcoin dominance at 46.09%, and crypto fear and greed index at 61 out of 100. All right, so let's talk about these factors and this incredible volume of volatility, just insane volume swings. There's this article from the Crypto Basic titled, "Here are the key factors behind XRP 42% rally." XRP remains one of the top performing assets in the past month, following its meteoric rise from the lows witnessed on March 12th. Yeah, and I'll note, over the last 30 days, XRP is up 37%. Bitcoin doing well too, but not as well. Bitcoin's up 24% over the same time period. So 37% versus 24%. Piece continues. Despite widespread claims to the contrary, recent data from crypto market data provider Kaiko has revealed that individual retail investors, rather than whales, instigated the recent upswing in XRP's value. Now, I'm going to elaborate on this as we go through this, but this is normal and this should be expected. It's always the retail speculators that determine what the price of XRP is. Whales, large holders of XRP, or pick your crypto, in this case we're talking about XRP, but what whales, those holders of any crypto asset, they behave different than the typical lemming retail speculator, because the typical lemming retail speculator will FOMO into stuff and panic sell. That's generally not how whales behave. You rarely see anything like that from whales. So piece continues. Kaiko disclosed this in its latest data brief of the crypto markets. The market data provider highlighted the astronomical surge in XRP trade volume among South Korean investors as the asset dominated the markets in Korea's top exchanges, overthrowing Bitcoin. Recall that this surge was partly triggered by speculations of a looming ruling in Ripple's favor in the SEC litigation. Okay, so I'll pause and note, yes, that's true, and I reported on it at the time. XRP volume over there surpassed Bitcoin's. XRP over there more popular than Bitcoin for that time period. That's impressive. XRP ain't no fly-by-night crypto, that's for damn sure, son. Now, as far as the reasons for this, well, certainly fair to speculate, and I do the same, that this is in large part due to the expectation of a positive conclusion of the SEC v. Ripple case, and people suspect that's imminent, and I think that's very fair and very accurate. That's my very strong suspicion. But still, the question is, why that much interest and activity over in South Korea? I've never seen a good answer to that. I just know that it's true. This is just data. And it's been like that for over half a decade. I don't know, because look, some of my frame of reference just goes back to when I jumped into crypto. It's not like I haven't researched anything before that, but I've lived through over half a decade of this stuff, and it's always been like this. So when it started or why, I'm not clear. And if anybody has a really interesting theory on why this would be, why there's that much interest specifically in South Korea, I would love to know. But it's interesting because you also get the disparity in price in terms of the price of XRP on a South Korean exchange versus what it would be in many other parts of the world. You get this huge gap, which creates arbitrage opportunities for some. And maybe the reason that there's such a large gap is that there are only so many people in a position to arbitrage those types of markets. So I don't know for sure. I just know that those gaps historically have occurred. That's why we had that whole coin market cap fiasco, and I guess it was early 2018 as XRP was around its all-time high. Coin market cap made it look like XRP's price just plummeted because they took out Korean markets because there was such a disparity. But well, that was a whole different time. Not that I want to get into that again. I've covered that in detail in the past, but I'm just noting that there's different behavior. Not that I understand all of it. I don't know that anybody does, to be honest with you. But if you got any theories, again, let me know. But it's fascinating. And again, but the most important takeaway, even though we're not going to understand the reason that every human is doing everything that they're doing, the important point is that they, over there in other markets, in markets outside the United States, because it is mostly markets outside the United States, they're the ones that really cause most of the price action for XRP. It's everyone outside of the United States, almost primary drivers, that caused XRP to hit its all-time high of close to $4 here. So, right, piece continues. Kaiko acknowledged that this massive increase in trade activity among Korean investors contributed to the asset's latest rally. A chart provided by Kaiko indicates that XRP/KRW, so that's the Korean one, of course, a trading pair, gained a larger proportion of the XRP trade market's share starting from March 28th. Notably, the pair competed with the XRP/USDT pair regarding global market share. And so for those of you that care to look, there's a chart on your screen, XRP trade volume and price. So you got the volume in terms of billions of dollars on the left from zero all the way up to 2 billion, and you can see it did go above that. And then the time frame is from the beginning of March to roughly the beginning of April. And you can see, so within the last 24 hours, and I'll just note this just for the record, 24-hour volume according to Live Coin Watch for XRP, 966 million. So still pretty high, but for most of the time period that's on that chart here, I'll bring it back up on the screen, it was hovering around what you call like 600 or 700 billion, and that's pretty normal. That's very normal in recent times to see it just kind of hovering around that level, which is in crypto is a pretty impressive level, given that there's not much money in crypto in general. Even in 2023, I'd argue that anyway. $1.26 trillion asset class, that's minuscule. Minuscule. Look at stocks. It's what, like at any given day, like 100 times bigger than that? I'm just saying. But we had this huge spike. So you can see as you got to the later part of January, we spiked up to over 2 billion. I don't know if it was 2.3, 2.4 billion, somewhere in that neighborhood. But if you look at where the share of the trading came from, you can see for most of the month, which is normal, it's mostly transactions in XRP USD and XRP USDT. And then you have a smaller portion in XRP KRW, which again is the Korean won. But then it just spiked. So you can see the navy color here, that's the Korean won. Absolutely massive. So that proves the behavior that led to XRP's all-time high, late 2017 into early 2018. Those behaviors and tendencies are being displayed right now today. Like it just happened in recent weeks. And I know it wasn't a new all-time high, but also the price of XRP is artificially suppressed, and they are aware of the news globally. Everyone's aware of the news globally that in the case is imminent, and things are probably looking pretty damn good here, and people are speculating as a result. So, that hasn't changed. And I'm not making out like it's only Korea that's deciding the price of XRP, but you can see in terms of volume when things get hot, that's a massive percentage. They were major participants there in crypto, were major players in driving the XRP price to its all-time high, half a decade ago. Incredible. And by the way, when we see a large chunk here of XRP USDT, I'll just note that that doesn't mean that volume is from the United States. Oh, absolutely not. In fact, transactions from the United States, I don't know what the latest numbers are, but it's normal. Whether I don't know if it's 5 or 10% of global transactions. It's a smaller percentage. So if you're wondering why that yellow stick looks big there for XRP USDT, well, that's because the United States dollar is the global reserve currency, and so it's utilized, the United States dollar, on a global scale, countries the world over. And as a result, stablecoins that are backed by the United States dollar, the global reserve, are also used all over the damn planet. So that's why it might make it look on the surface, if you didn't know any better, that there are huge amounts of United States transactions, but that's just not the case. It's just that these stablecoins are used all over the damn place. And there are markets where they're not used, but I'm just saying, it's pretty substantial. And then this other light blue stick, it just says other, so I don't know what's included in that. I guess just everything else. But anyway, peace continues here. XRP trade activity was massively concentrated on Korean exchanges, but Kaiko revealed that most whale trades were bearish for the asset. And this is where it gets even more interesting. Check this out. So how is it that we saw the XRP price rise, but all the people with the biggest money, in terms of individual accounts at least, how is it that they're bearish? Shouldn't they be excited? Prices go up? Well, hold on. Data reveals that on Korea's largest exchange, Upbit and Bithum, orders above 200,000 XRP, that'd be $100,000 at today's price, were mostly sell orders from March 28th, suggesting that whales were looking to take profit. However, smaller orders recorded a balance between buy and sellers. Well, folks, this is what we see just in crypto in general. When prices are low, whales have a tendency to purchase fear from people who are panic selling. And then, as prices start to go up, you see whales reduce or completely get out of their positions. And so look here. So here's for instance, here's a 30-day chart for XRP. So if you go back to the date they stated, March 28th, somewhere around here. Yeah, you can call it right about there. For those of you that care to look at your screen, it's not required. If you're just listening, that's fine. I'll just share the concept. You can see the price spiked from March 28th right on upwards. And then went down a little bit and it's been mostly trading sideways recently. Yeah, that's fine. But you can see why they're doing what they were doing. They're probably buying more back down here, if not sooner, when you look at mid-March, XRP was 36 cents. So when you get to March 28th, and you're talking about it getting up around 50 cents, and then it ultimately did make its way to, the highest I saw was 58 cents. Well, is it any surprise that when they bought that low, they wanted to sell once it got higher? And and fine, fair enough. If there were a major run and say there were a conclusion in the SEC v. Ripple case or some sort of catalyst, then the whales could have missed out on all of that, but they don't take those kinds of risks. They don't know those things. They take measured approaches just in a general sense compared to emotional lemming retail speculators. They're behaving differently. So this should not be a surprise. It doesn't mean it's anything bad about XRP. They're just playing the game. That's it. So all these massive accounts selling XRP into the hands of people that are feeling emotions and getting excited, that's just how it works. This is true of Bitcoin, it's true of ETH, it's true of XRP, and every other crypto that you may hold. That's it. That's not bad. So they were taking profits on the way up. Now, as prices are stabilizing here, I mean, I'm sure there'll be news that at some point XRP whales, they begin to accumulate again. But if you've been listening to my channel or many other XRP content creators, I don't know to what degree other content creators talking about XRP are covering this, but every time there's stories that pop up about it, I've been highlighting that for so much of the year, whales have been accumulating XRP. And what do you know? As soon as the price starts to go up, they start to sell. That's normal behavior. You should expect it. It's the retail lemming speculators that cause the volatility, and then the whales just respond to that, basically. That's pretty much how this works. It's a beautiful thing. I love crypto. so it's fine. So you're going to see more whale accumulation in the future, and then as lemming retail speculators drive the price up in the future, the whales are going to sell. The whales buy when it's scary to buy, and then they sell when there's euphoria or huge excitement. That's exactly what we've been seeing right here. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that because it's interesting. I don't know how many people realize, but the behaviors from humans that were in place over half a decade ago that led to an all-time high, they're in place right now, and we're in a position where we actually could see positive parabolic price action as a result of the end of the SEC v. Ripple case, and we're arguably, I would say, in bull market territory. And Bitcoin is anticipated to move to the upside. There's so many analysts I've been following. I can talk about this more in other videos. But Bitcoin, like, the bottom was in November, folks. It just was, unless there's a black swan event and wildcard event, in which case, oh, you got me. But that's always my caveat. That will always be my caveat. Outside of anything like that, it's at this point, I think enough time has passed. We can see that all the people that were going to get scared and needed to exit, they've exited. And now we're just going to keep trending to the upside. And so I don't know if that means we have a new all-time high for Bitcoin this year. You know, credible crypto chart analyst, he does think that. Most don't, though. Either way, it's making for an exciting year. This is a lot more fun than 2022. Can't we agree on that, at least? This is a lot more fun than the dumpster fire year of 2022. And I think it's just going to get better, in particular for XRP holders, for all the reasons that I've been cited here. Anyway, neat stuff here, but I'll go ahead and wrap up. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Family Sedan.